Welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we are going to be covering uh, the franchise that we voted on to play in the long term on our last couple of streams. We are also going to be finishing it up with perfect teams. So as you will probably recall, we voted on a fictional league. We're going to be doing the first part of the inaugural draft. So we're going to do the first several rounds of selections and just kind of overview the pool as a whole. And then we are going to be doing some bulk picks next time, and I will complete the draft off screen after that. So, you're probably wondering about the title of the stream. The team we're going to be playing will be the Omaha Magicians, and as you probably also remember, I put out a form to decide what kind of franchise we were going to be running, and a very gracious 50% of you gave me the minimum budget and maximum trade difficulty. Um, so yeah, that was impolite. Fortunately, there was enough statistically to balance it out, and we're going to be running with about $115 million budget, which gives us about $80 million for payroll. That's not very good. We'll find a way to make it work, but it's not the best. I think our trade difficulty is set to 8 because we had just enough to drag it down from 10. By the way, 2/3 of people voted for an 8 trade difficulty or higher. Yeah, you people really want to see me struggle here. It's gonna be an experience on this one. So fortunately, we do have the balanced approach as the most commonly voted uh, team goal. That is what I want to do. I want to build this franchise to succeed as long as possible. So what we're going to be doing is primarily in the early rounds targeting some young, great players, guys that can be faces of the franchise for years to come, players that are controllable and cheap and also can compete with the best in the league. That's our goal. Um, we will be drafting prospects and we will be drafting talented veterans because we're trying to compete now, but we're also trying to build for the future. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, as for packs, I also had a poll for packs and how often you guys wanted me to rip. More than 3/4 of you want me to do it weekly, so that's what we're going to do. As you recall, half of every stream is going to be franchise mode, and half of every stream is going to be perfect team. So after we do the first part of the inaugural draft today, we're going to hop on over to perfect team. I'll show you what's going on with my team, and we're going to rip, I think, 30 packs is what I've got. So yeah, that's what the plan is for today. So I will be having a logo created for these Omaha Magicians, and I will have that ready for you guys by the next stream. But in the meantime, we're just running with whatever the default thing was. And yeah, so it's of course the inaugural draft, so we don't really have much else going on. We're just going to hop right into examining this pool. If I can find it, that is. Oh, I guess we got to go right to the start draft page. So, first I want to take a look at the highest potential batters. Now, we've got 2 5-star batters in this draft. Steve Brenner. Man, this guy is like Mike Trout level good. This is insane. He's Mike Trout, Juan Soto type good, but he is 32, so he's not necessarily the type of player we're targeting first. But this Matt Piatrowski guy, oh man, this is my type of player. Yeah, no speed or defense either. This guy, he's got the speed and defense. 75 infield arm and 65 infield range at third base will play nicely. He's 22. He's got the base running. He's got the base stealing. He's got a great on-base profile. This is the type of player I would really... Yeah, exactly. He's a leadoff hitter. This is the guy you really want at the top of your order. I would very strongly consider taking him first overall. If we have the first overall pick. I don't actually know where we're drafting. Let's look at some of these younger players. Corey Fairchild, he's got range to be a good second baseman, but I don't have the hitting as much as the third baseman we saw. Eddie Holvey, he's all right. He's got a pretty good all-around batting profile. His base running's very good. His defense is okay for right field, but overall, I'm not totally sold on him. We've got Ryan Nelson. Yeah, he's okay. He can play second base or left field. He's got a decent batting profile. He can hit for power. We've got... That looks like it for the 4.5-star guys. So I think it's really Piatrowski or bust here. He is far and away the best player in this draft class. That is a good question, Alex. How good is Ryan Nelson in the outfield? He's got 55 in left, so he's got 55 range, 55 error, 35 arm. He's a left fielder. He's also really splitty. He's really splitty as a left-handed batter, so he crushes righties, but he struggles versus lefties. Is Piatrowski a lefty? No, no, his splits are very even, dead even, actually. What is his handedness? He's also got really good outfield ratings. This is a guy who could play a really nice right field if needed. Oh, Matt has outfield ratings. Okay. Where is he? I will find him. He's here somewhere. Ryan Nelson. What the heck? Where is he? Oh, I see. Matt Piatrowski. Yeah. I'd like him in the outfield too, but I think he's got really nice defense at third base, so it could go either way. He's versatile. That's another valuable aspect of him. Let's take a look at some starting pitchers here. All right, we got Andy Dowdy. I've seen a lot of Andys rated towards the top of draft classes. He's pretty good, but not my type of guy. 3 pitches is not my thing. Matt Knight is just kind of the same type of guy. He does have an 80 grade slider, which helps. Ooh, Miguel Medrano could be a viable option. He's got really good stuff movement and control and stamina. 4 pitches. He throws hard. Sam Beck's 32, so I don't really want to consider him. Oh, I will mispronounce. Actually, I kind of create the fictional players' pronunciations. Mason Pace, once again, a 3 pitch guy. I don't like all these 3 pitch pitchers here. Oops, wrong guy. Although this Orlando Cruz is a really nice pitcher. I'd certainly love to pick him up. It's Paul Zek I wanted to take a look at. Yeah, he's pretty good too. I like Zek, even with the limiting factor being his 3 pitches. All right, so let's take a look at when we draft. Oh, we're third overall. Okay, we've got a really good chance at getting Piatrowski. Yeah, he's still available. All right, let's get our guy. Matt Piatrowski will be our first round selection. Let's see who else has been drafted to this point. So we had Mike Knight, that pitcher I was looking at. He went first overall to the Fort Worth Foxes. He's pretty decent. And Miguel Medrano to the Jacksonville Stampede. That's the guy I wanted. Posse? Is it really pronounced Posse? Oh no. Oh yeah, what are the other teams in the league? That's a great question, Eucharin. So this is a fictional league and MLB type setup, but they are not real teams. So we got the Fort Worth Foxes, the Jacksonville Stampede, the Philadelphia Gold Rush, the Aurora Lake Monsters, the Paradise Earthquakes, the Oceanside Lumber Kings, the San Jose Diplomats, the San Antonio Sabres, the Nashville Fire Dogs, the Sacramento Sand Gnats, the Brownsville Thunderwolves, the Jacksonville Sailfish, the Phoenix Polecats, the Orlando Terrapins. Yeah, Lake Monsters and Polecats? I know, Polecats is really weird. The Nashville Royals. Interesting. The Gilbert Lancers. Wait, there's a team in Gilbert? What? No way. No way. This can't be right. Oh man. Do I have to? I'd actually have to take control of the team to check where they are exactly, wouldn't I? Yeah, I think that's gotta be Gilbert, Arizona. I can't think of another Gilbert. Let's check the league. Maybe it's under there. League settings. I know you're here. There we go. League rules and settings. It should be listed under there. Okay. League. Come on. Where are the teams? I want to know the teams. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Okay. Maybe it's under advanced mode. It's gotta be here somewhere. Where is the list of teams? I don't see them. Maybe it's under the league structure. Yeah, here we go. Okay. There's 2 teams in Jacksonville. We've got Gilbert Lancers. That's gotta be it. That has to be Gilbert, Arizona, which is really strange. I think Paradise. Where is Paradise located? I don't know. Interesting. Um, Gilbert, Arizona is not where I would have expected a team to be. We've got the Wait, there's a Glendale team too? The Glendale Devils. So we've got 3 teams in the Phoenix area in this league. That's going to be splitting the fans pretty thin. The San Diego Nationals, the Anaheim Bears, lots of teams in California too. This is a very Southwest heavy league. The Long Beach Sea Dogs, the Lexington Mules, the Anchorage Rampage, Anchorage, Alaska, interesting. The New Orleans Wranglers, the Laredo Rawhide, the San Antonio Silver Sabres. Don't we have a Sabres team somewhere else? Yeah, there's the Sabres and the Silver Sabres. Some of these teams are getting renamed. That's a great question, Yuka. I don't think I have a way to check that without manually taking control of these teams. I will probably do it and figure it out. We've also got the Santa Clarita Biplanes, the Fort Lauderdale Bats, I think that's how you pronounce that, the Ontario Diablos, and the Honolulu Jets. So pretty interesting mix of teams here. We'll have to see how they do. If I'm not mistaken, that Ontario is the Canadian province. But it would be strange to name after a province. Is there actually a city called Ontario? Oh, okay, so Sabre. Is it actually Sabre? Oh. I see. In Canada. Oh, okay. Ontario, California is probably where it is. Lots of teams in the Southwest in this league. I will probably rename a few of them and relocate a few of them. Also, Paradise is a city in Arizona. I don't know if this is that city. I'm going to Google cities called Paradise. And, yeah, let's see where they are. Now, it's probably not the one in Arizona. There's a couple of them in California. There's a couple in Washington. Yeah, they're all over the place. Probably not the one in Arizona. No, there is a Paradise in Arizona, Alex. I was referring to the one that's on the southern border. It's not a huge city. Yeah, it's a middle of the nowhere team, Sliver. So you do, if this surprise team is actually the Arizona surprise, it's the middle of the nowhere team. All right, let's take another look at the players remaining in this draft class. So a lot of batters are selected. Let's take a look at the starting pitching. Not designated hitters. Wow. Pitching really got heavily drafted, so we're down to guys like this are probably among the best in the draft class. Definitely want to go back for another hitter, I think. So we've got Craig Gano, if I can tap on him. Pretty decent outfield defense. Not a terrible hitting profile, but he is a splitty lefty. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Yuka. It's crazy. There's not a single New England team. Yeah, I think we could get a New Hampshire team. I don't see why not. Brian Benson. I wonder if he plays the outfield. A little bit. He's a really good hitter. He just is not a second baseman defensively. He'd have to move to first, I think. I will consider him, though, because he is such a good hitter. Jim Adams. This guy is a decent second baseman and was pretty good hitter overall, so I think he's an option. Not drafting prospects yet. That'll come later. We've got who's young here? BJ Estrada. He's not terrible. Not my top choice though. Not liking that catcher very much. Ooh, Mike Haynes. Yeah, I'm loving this guy. He's got the defense to stick at second and a really solid bat. I'd take that. Wonder what his contract situation is. Well, guess there's no way to find out until after we draft him. So if we do go for him, we'll have to just hope for the best. Frank Lynn, he's not as good. Jonathan Ortega, he's alright. Yes, I love having teams that are underwater. Makes for a great stadium to visit. Will Paul, he plays third base. He's not the best. Ew, that's a disgusting player. Antonio Urbina, he's not bad and right. Not good enough for me right now, though. Alfredo Valenzuela, really good defense. Kind of a questionable selection overall at this point. Tony Munoz. Where is Tony Munoz? Oh, he's the shortstop, I see. Isn't he slightly older, though? Yeah, he's 30, so that's why I didn't look at him. He's got great defense. This is a guy who could stick it short. I don't agree with the overall rating. I think that arm is more important than it gives it credit, and turned out plays isn't quite as important as it gives it credit. But he's a good fielder. I think we'll take a look at some of the the top fielders in this draft and see who we are probably interested in. Gabriel Infante, I hate the catcher arm in the hitting, so he's kind of questionable. I like Nick Bates' hitting, and I think he's a good enough fielder to be a backup catcher. Max Stent's a starting caliber catcher to me. This is a guy I'd draft to be our #1 catcher. I think we could figure out the backup catcher later. All right, so we got only 2 guys left in the draft with 75 shortstop range. Sal Bernal is not really my first choice as a starting shortstop. Bernie Bruseno, this guy could absolutely cover it. Not the greatest in the world, but he's solid. This Shane Berg guy would be a great shortstop as well. There's definitely options. So I don't really want to go for the super shortstop at this particular moment. All right, so for the center fielders, Eric Predingast looks pretty good. Gustavo Ochoa also looks pretty good, and he could be a guy we draft very late. Kentaro Lee looks outstanding and could go significantly later in the draft. Pete Jacobs also outstanding. Jesus Gallegos, he's not bad. And Jake Diaz is really good, but not quite what I'm looking for at this moment. I am still trying to target younger players wherever I can. I think we're going to take that really good hitter, and then we're going to take the solid second baseman. So I think that was not Humphrey. It was Benson that I really liked. He's going to be young and controllable, and we're going to come swing right back around and pick in the early parts of this round. So I think it was not Jacobs. It wasn't Jacobs. It's Mike Haynes, I think? Yeah, Haynes. So he'll be our actual second baseman. Juan Lopez. I think that's who we were looking at. Shoot. That kind of stings. He was really good looking, but that's all right. So our top guy left that was not drafted is Alfredo Valenzuela. In terms of the overall package, I doubt there's many players left that can top this guy. He could be our shortstop. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Alfredo Valenzuela is going to be our shortstop. Let's take a look at some starting pitching now. I think we're at a point where we ought to start taking it. Alright, so the best overall guys left. Rick Bristow, I like him. Sam Coker, he's okay. Carlos Flores, not very good. Nelson Garcia, I really like this guy. Stuff and movement. He's got a really strong cutter, which is unusual. The slider's also really good. Nope, pure fastball, oddly. Tony Garcia, he's okay. And John Vasquez is the young one of the group. I'm liking Nelson Garcia. I think he's an ace caliber pitcher with that stuff and movement. I like the pitch mix. Rick Bristow is tempting as well to me. He's got even stronger movement and better control, although you do trade off a lot of stuff. So it's tough, but I'm going to go with John Vasquez and just hope that Bristow swings around, maybe. And unsurprisingly, he doesn't. So, we still need some outfielders. Let's take a look at hitting potential, see what we can find. Contact potential. So we got Ossie Palencia. Holy cow, this guy's a prospect. Insane hitting potential, and he could be a half-decent second baseman defensively. Maybe even evolve into something else. We got Alex Corona, who's awesome. An awesome hitter. Would definitely take him at some point, just not yet. Steve Ellie. I don't know where he'd play. He's another solid hitter. He just doesn't really have a home defensively. He's like a guy you'd take as a bat-first utility guy. Alfredo Landeros, once again, awesome hitter. And we'll draft him in a few rounds. Kyle Stern, a catcher, has slipped this far because his fielding is just so bad. If we take Kyle Stern, he is a first baseman. And I don't hate that idea at all, except he is a little old, but he could be a really good first baseman. Eduardo Vela, another really awesome hitter. David Williams plays all the infield positions, could do a little outfield. He's not bad. Maybe I'll take a look at some of these higher overall guys. John Lee, if he plays outfield, he could be an interesting option. He's got the range, just nothing else. Jesus Rodriguez, he's young and a really solid hitter. I'd like a little more, but he's not a terrible option. Jack Wall, very splitty. Zach Martin, he could have awesome defense in a corner, and he is a pretty solid hitter. All right, well, that's it for the top contact guys, but man, look at this Brian Miller. What an eye. I think this dude has to be our selection in this round. He's a really strong hitter, and I don't know how he's still available. 65 eye, 60 contact. That's a rare combination. He's only 29 too, so he's going to be relatively controllable. Let's take another look at some starting pitchers, though. All right, perfect. So let's take a look at some movement potential. Mark Grenier. Yeah, he's got to be a prospect at that point. Josh Handy. Another prospect, unfortunately. I think maybe we should take a look at pitching ratings. There we go, pitching ratings. So there's this Juan Cortez guy. 70 movement. That's ridiculous. We've definitely got to pick him up to be in our rotation. I don't like that Donnelly guy as a starter. Mike Graham. This guy's really good, too. Tony Rivera. Probably among the best pitchers left, and he's only 26. I think he's almost a lock to be our selection this round. I want to take a look at Ashton Field. Yeah, this guy, 35 stamina. That stings, but the stuff, movement, and control are all strong. Tony Rivera, he's got 50 stamina, so I think we take the gamble and hope that that dude's still available with our next pick. Ashton Field is still available. Will Caldwell, interesting, but I don't want to take him because he is a little older. Rosado is not quite as good. Graham is good. We got Frank Miller here. He's 26. He's a three-pitch guy, but he's got a really strong control profile. There are actually a lot better pitchers available at this point than I expected. I'm going with Frank Miller here. And now we're going to go back to hitters, get Juan Cortez in a few rounds. So we're going to draft those really good hitters that we saw if they're still available. Alex Corona's still available. That's great. This guy is awesome. I don't think we're going to see much better than Corona and Landeros. Landeros? Something like that? Jorge Barron, amazingly, is still available as well. These older hitters are just getting absolutely passed on because teams don't want to draft older players. Let's take a look at some potential now. Let's draft the top prospects. So let's view our default here. Giovanni Strong still available. Who else is here? Mario Abra, he's okay. Palencia, we've got to get Ossie Palencia. He will be our first prospect off the board, no question. All right, let's get Palencia here. Take a look at some starting pitchers. Grenier, he's really strong. Handy is really good. Hartman is okay. I think we'll get Grenier and then Handy in this round because it looks like pitching is going fast off the board. Now let's get the movement guy, actually. I want to get the 7. Oh, shoot, he got drafted. That really stings. Good thing Mike Granum is left, or Graham, because he is by far the best pitcher left. Oh, man. Hello, Minerva. Nice to see you. Oops. Ooh. Prospects are starting to go. Let's get Giovanni Strong and the top hitters while we still can. We're going to call this one after round 20. So the next will be on the next stream, which will be next Monday, basically. And yeah, we'll see if we can't add some interesting players to our core. Honestly, I think Abra is the best option left. But I also like CJ Peterson because pitching is just so thin in this league. You can't get good starting pitchers, really, at all. And fortunately, Mario Ibarra is still available with our next pick here. Henry Garcia, I'm not loving. Rob Ginther, I'm not loving. Scheller's okay, but I don't want to reach for him. Yeah, none of these guys are really all that good. So maybe if we've got some relievers who are left that are really good. Sam Amstoltz is alright. Alan Perry, he's interesting. Probably a better selection in a later round. Ron Kelly as well. Josh Wilson could be a great selection in a later round. Jason Van, he's okay. Ron Santiago, honestly, despite his control, is an alright pitcher. I'm not loving the reliever options enough, though, at this point, so we're going to go back to the batters. Let's look at some young MLB hitters. I'm actually going to... No, never mind. Nelson Castro here. He's not really good enough for me. You know what? Let's get our fielders. That's definitely something we should do. And we'll actually get all of these guys right now and then call it after we grab them. So our catcher was Max Dent. I don't want to risk losing him at all. We've already got our shortstop, I believe, so we don't need to do that. For center field, our three options left are Jesus Gallegos, who looks pretty good, Kentaro Lee, who looks outstanding, and Gustavo Ochoa, who looks pretty good. So we're going to go with Lee. He's definitely the best option left. And grab Max Dent. And that'll conclude the draft, guys. So we're going to be picking this one up next week and looking to add some depth to our organization, pick up some prospects, and get things going. So a quick review of what we've got right now. Except I should probably go to the transactions page. So our team started off with Matt Piatrowski, an outstanding third baseman, great defense, ridiculously good hitting. This is going to be probably the premier leadoff guy in the league. He could end up moving to right field if we end up with a third baseman we like better. He's a great fielder, versatile guy. Honestly, there's not much to dislike about him. He's just ridiculously talented. He's 22, so he's going to be around a while. Giovanni Strong was our top prospect selection. He looks like a good defensive second baseman with a little pop. Brian Benson will be our first baseman, I think, to start the year. He's got some ratings that I think will translate well to first base defensively and a very strong on-base profile as well. Mike Haynes, we drafted to be our second baseman. This guy is a good all-around hitter. Solid defense at second base. You can't really complain about that one. That was a good pickup. Alfredo Valenzuela will be our shortstop this season. He's got really solid defense. This is like the Nick Ahmed profile. Above average hitting as well. He's got some power, and he doesn't strike out much. His base running is really good, so nice to have that. And he is young, only 24. John Vasquez will be our quote-unquote ace pitcher. He is 22. I think I took the wrong guy. I took the wrong guy in the draft. This is not who I wanted. That's okay. He's still got three pitches that are solid. Fastball, slider, changeup. The movement, or the control rather, is really strong, and he's got some good stamina. We got Ashton Field. Now, this guy I really like. He's 24, so he'll be young and controllable. He's only got 35 stamina, but the stuff, movement, and control are all there. This is a guy you've got to love. We've got Frank Miller, another really strong pitching option. Really good control. He's not going to walk anybody. The stamina's not ideal, and neither is the stuff, but he has got solid movement as well. I think he's going to be a nice mid-rotation guy. Brian Miller, another outstanding pickup. This guy is going to be ridiculous for getting on base. He's got good, not terrible defense in the corner outfield spots. I really think he's probably my favorite pick in the whole draft. Tony Rivera is another really, really strong starting pitcher for us. Movement and control are really good. The stuff is okay. He's got 5 good pitches. I really like the guy. And the rest is just fillers. Corona's a good hitter. Landeros is a good hitter. Lee and Dent are obviously our top fielders. Graham is another solid starting pitcher who will fill in at the back of our rotation. And yeah, that's our roster as it stands. Some prospects, some guys. There's a lot to like about this team heading out of the first stages of the draft. I'm particularly happy about our starting pitching. I think the bullpen is going to be very questionable, but I am really, really liking the pitching. So here we go into Perfect Team World. We're going to rip some packs because you guys voted on that, and we are going to build our team here. Look at some tourneys and such. So, we're going to start this one off by looking at what happened in the past week, essentially, to my team. And then we're going to rip some packs. So, as you guys recall, on Thursday we had the Players of the Month released, but we also had the trade deadline mission release, which included notably Johan Santana. So I actually had enough players to basically complete the mission immediately at no cost. I needed like 2 cards that were not big to get Santana. And I sold him for 80k, which I thought was really good. I can buy him back for much less now if I wanted to, but he's not part of any future missions, so I decided that he would be a nice little profit to get. Yeah, so you'll notice that I've added a couple cards to the roster, and I sold Cy Young as well. Ron Goodry. We've got, I think Jake Peavy is new. I've still got some inefficient guys. I'm actually running Victor Martinez, which I know I would get shamed for by a lot of people, but he's better at the options I've got right now because my team is really just not ideal. And yeah, I think that's the big thing. I'm also running with Mikkel Liff at second base because he is slightly better, in my opinion, than Johnny Evers. We'll have to see. But I have also completed the Andrew McCutchen mission and some other stuff. Yeah. And the funny thing is, Alex, Alec Thomas was insane for me last week. He put up 7.5 WAR. He was one of my best position players last week. He was up there with like Alan Trammell and Ken Cavinti. Not Ken Cavinti, because he was also a recent addition to my roster. But he was one of my best players. 342 average, 408 on base, and he had a lot of doubles and triples. Oh, I mean, Cy Young's a big card, but I don't think he's going to play for me by the time I'm competitive. You know what? I totally forgot. I got Brooks Robinson earlier today. He's got to get on my roster. I really love this guy. He's a ridiculously good player. Um, and I think that's the big thing for this team. I have started working or progressed in my work on a lot of missions, and I've invested into Walker Buehler as live speculation. Don't read into that any more than you will. It's just what I did. So we're going to rip some packs here, see if we could get anything good. I actually ripped some packs earlier, and I had some really good luck. Oh, and it looks like we have a crash, so going to hop right back in here. Yeah, Minerva, I'm sure you noticed that. Basically, I was running a high stuff theme team for a while, and I'm sticking with it until I get really competitive because those strikeouts are nice for perfect points. That's basically all that it is. Ben, I will actually run Sean Murphy for you. I would be more than happy to throw him on my team this week since he's probably honestly better than some of my guys. And I'm not sure if I should be running Alec Thomas over Andrew McCutchen. I'm going to stick with it because Alec Thomas is great. Corbin Carroll is my utility outfielder right now. He's not actually starting at any position, but I think he's got some good defense for the utility role, and he gets on base. He's a decent base runner, too. The live Ken Giles? Yeah, I could see that. Rolls Chapman I ran for a while. He's another really high stuff guy. All right, we're going to try packs again. It looks like it actually did open one pack and crashed, so unless we got something ridiculous, I'm not going to cry about that. We'll check afterwards. Oh man, that's great. Jim Nealon is a historical silver. Gregory Soto alive as well. Yeah, I will check what I got. We could head over to the roster screen and see if I got anything good. Yordan Alvarez, the SC, is an interesting guy. He's a lot like Ted Williams, honestly, in terms of his shape and overall usage. Nothing much in this pack. That's a golf pack right there. 3 guys, 44, 44, 45, and a 61. Yeesh. Um, but I think Yordan Alvarez is an interesting one. I don't know what his cost is on the market either. Yes, golf clap for the golf pack. Definitely agree. Martin Maldonado is an interesting bronze catcher. He's got a lot of defense. Joey Votto, don't know how he's only up one. Joey Votto is absolutely crushing the baseball. Lots of home runs, lots of on-base percentage from the guy. It's basically the best he's ever been. I know, I'm shocked Arrieta's not an iron too. All right, Brooks Rayleigh, that's a nice one. I really like him. He's an interesting silver pitcher. He's set as a reliever, but he can start. He's got a lot of pitches, not too much stamina, but really good stuff and decent movement. And our first gold of the day is going to be Richard Rodriguez of the. I don't think he's with the Pirates anymore. I think he got swapped at the deadline. Devin Williams also in this pack. Clark Schmidt's a really, really cool player. I like him a lot. David Green are historical there. And another gold here with Max Stassi. Of course he is. See, OOTP Lord is teasing me because I traded Luis Robert to him back when he was hurt in our fantasy baseball team. And he is now starting him against me this week. Tanner Scott, another live gold. That's 3 in a row. Let's see. Oh, well, it's because gold packs. Yeah, that's what I thought. He has been traded to the Braves. Here we go. Walker Buehler, speak of the devil. I was just talking about how I'm stockpiling Walker Buehler for live speculation, and there's another one for me. Jackson Rutledge is a nice little future legend as well. Oh, man, that's awesome, Alex. Getting him in free agency is such a steal. That guy's uber talented. The only reason I traded him is because I got Zach Gallen in the deal. Leon Wagner and Trey Turner, so a nice double gold there. Trey Turner's an interesting spec option as well. So, Charlie Hemphill, another historical gold. I like Gallen because while the D-backs have terrible pitching, their hitting is actually not bad. So if you have someone like Madison Bumgarner lately, he's been doing really well pitching-wise, and you see that the D-backs are winning more and more games when he's on there. Russ Wrightson, awesome pull there as well. Oh man, Jimenez is just awesome as well for a free agent pickup. Somebody in our league had Chris Sale on their injured list all year, and that's going to start paying off soon. Giancarlo Stanton, our gold for this one. And we've got Jack Flaherty here. I've pulled him quite a bit lately, actually. The last couple are historical and diamonds. I think we're about to hit the historical packs here. Nope. I think the next one. Oh, speak of Luis Robert. There he is. Yeah, if Sale tweaks something, or I mean, he's not going to go out there and pitch too many innings, but he's still really good. He's looked awesome in his AAA starts, or not AAA, just rehab in general. Another Trey Turner. He visits me like the ghost of Christmas past. Uh, Actually, yeah, I have a lot more packs left than I thought. But there's Lance Lynn. He's a nice investment as well. He's somebody who could easily turn into a diamond. Having a great season in Chicago. All those Chicago pitchers, except the guy I have on my fantasy team, Lucas Giolito, are doing really well. Matt Barnes, I pulled him quite a bit today. Yeah, but I mean, the Red Sox are also struggling in the rotation, and getting him back is a big help. Edwin Diaz, another borderline gold diamond. I hope to see him bounce back. That'll be a nice payoff for me. Not that I've invested in him, but for that card. Hey, look, Matt Barnes again. That's like the fourth or fifth one I've pulled today. I disagree, Minerva. I honestly think the Padres are still significantly more talented than the Dodgers. Giancarlo Stanton once more. I think the Giants are really good too, but for more like a Rays reason. They've just got a lot of intelligence. They don't really have a lot of talent. Dom DiMaggio, that's a good pull. I like DiMaggio. Great rangy center fielder for gold tourneys. Bo Bichette as well. The Dodgers are very good. I just don't know if they're enough. And frankly, I'm kind of happy that Josiah Gray is not going to be somebody for me to worry about going forwards. Yeah, I love Dom DiMaggio. He's awesome. And here's the historicals. So Greg Olson will be our first historical gold. An Orioles player. That's good. I'm stockpiling the Orioles. I think he might be in the low mission. Dick Bartell. I was talking about him earlier as well. Paul Maholm is also in this pack. Come on, give us something good. I've only ever got like two or three. That it's a dime pack, but Dots Miller, perfect, a Pittsburgh diamond. I'm stockpiling the Pirates of the Orioles right now, and I love me some Dots Miller. So it looks like we've got 5 diamond packs to pull here. Yeah, Paul Maholm, nice acquisition there as well. And I'm sure Slibbard, you're appreciating the Pirates pull. Francisco Lindor dropping like a rock. He is not having a great year so far offensively. And while he's a great fielding shortstop, do not get to see who the diamond is? No! Oh, no. Yes, we love Mathis here. Absolutely love him. But we're going to return and try to figure out who this diamond was. Was it somebody awesome? Oh, man, that's just painful. It was probably alive. Jim Scott, were you here before? Yes, you were here before. Who was it here before? Was Kurkowski here before? I think so. But I think I pulled him earlier. I don't think I pulled him now. Bill Sales, that sounds unfamiliar to me. No, I think I pulled him earlier as well. Who could it be? Rock Colavito? I think this is who it was. I don't remember having this guy. It's gotta be him. Alright, so that's probably who it was. Rocky Colavito. He's a nice little pull. He's 35k even though he's not in any missions, which is nice. So hopefully we see that go up soon. Oh, of course he's a card reward. Never mind. Ah, thanks, Alex. We got Bryce Harper. That's not too exciting. Yeah, Aaron Judge is not really the highlight of my day. I'll say that much. I don't know how Bryce Harper's going down. He's having a great year. And Monty Cross of the Philadelphia Athletics. That's a nice pull. Wander Franco as well making an appearance. I had to say, too bad it's not the future legend, but you know. Harper could genuinely be the MVP, and it's possible he's perfect in the next update. He's having a great month. Oh, did I pull a Danny Bautista and not notice? That is actually a really good pull. Let's find him. Danny Bautista should still be worth a lot. Here, I'll sort by name. He should be easy to find that way, being a B and all. Danny Bautista, where are you? I don't see him. Oh, Bronze Bautista. Of course he was. Iron Bautista. That's even better, yeah. Man, you had to do me like that. But anyways, I was talking about Ken Cominti earlier. He has also been added to my team, and he's having a great start to the year. Great third baseman. Padres franchise hero 1, I think, is what he is. Ah, that makes sense. By the way, I got Jesus Olu earlier, Ben. I'm sure you appreciate that. Great Iron Tournament card. Caminiti. Okay. Ken Caminiti. I will try to keep pronouncing it. Oh, I'm sure he will turn around. We're going to have to see if my season can do better than last year. I actually got eliminated in the playoffs last year. Yeah, bad weave, or it should just have like an autocorrect. It immediately tunes my voice waves to be the proper, pronunciation. But I'll just keep mispronouncing them in the meantime. Anyways, we're going to do a tournament now. Let's do, what do you guys think? Let's do a bronze tournament because my bronze tournament team actually needs help. Oh, all my tourney slots are filled. Great. So I am completely stocked on gold tournaments right now that are still running. So let's take a look at how I'm doing in those, see if I'm close to being eliminated. All right, so we've got the one at the bottom. Well, yeah, but I entered them all a while ago. I'm surprised I still don't have any empty slots. I thought I'd have been eliminated in at least one. Yeah, that should be the case, Minerva. Usually bronze is not too competitive. Okay, the reason why is for some reason this one's only through 3 simulations. That'll limit you, yeah. We could talk about gold tournaments in the meantime, though. So if you look at the hitting meta for gold tournaments, you have a lot of guys who don't strike out very much and a lot of guys who are really good defensively. So like JT Snow, he draws a lot of walks, he hits for a lot of batting average, but he doesn't have too much power. Johnny Evers, if I can ever pull him up, is the same deal. Lots of contact, lots of eye, great defense, but not much power. Nolan Arenado actually has power. He's the exception, and nobody runs him. The third baseman in gold that people actually run, really high contact. Chico Carrasquel, really high avoid Ks, really great defense, not too much power. Yeah, Giolito actually did have a good day. It was Luis Castillo that had a really terrible day for me and my fantasy team. Tuck Turner, really high contact. Pete Hill, Alec Thomas, really high contact and eye. Alou has power, but Betts doesn't. So yeah, you notice that very few guys actually have a lot of power. You'll also notice that I run a lot of really high movement pitchers. I probably shouldn't do that. It seems like eye is really the big thing to have for your pitchers in gold right now, although I'm not collecting data currently for gold, so I can't say for certain. Guys like Keuchel are awesome, though, that have stuff movement and control. So I'm running Keuchel and Jared Weaver. They're my two favorite pitchers in gold. Um, they get the job done really well. Jared Weaver is probably my second favorite gold pitcher behind Keuchel. I want to replace Hilton Smith by rotation, but I don't know who to do it with. Oh, wow. Did he complete the game? Man, that's great. That really offsets the Luis Castillo bomb that got dropped on my team earlier. You'll also notice that I'm notably running Austin Hedges as my backup catcher. Yeah, Keuchel's awesome. Even in league, he's playable. I was running him on my team last week. So, yeah, I like Austin Hedges so much that I'm still playing him in gold. I want to replace him at some point, probably with Roberto Perez. But he's just really good at controlling the running game. He's really good at helping your catcher or pitchers rather prevent walks. Just great all-around player. Lynn will almost certainly be a diamond next update. I can't see how he could possibly miss out on it. We'll take a look at my Gold 1500 tournament here. And then we can just take a look at my bronze team, and you guys can help me come up with some names of pitchers. I know Jim Barr is not currently on my roster. He's one guy I really, really want. Daniel Lynch I have on my gold roster. I think he's a long reliever or something right now. He's not in the rotation, but maybe he should be. You know, if I'm talking about all these four plus pitchers, 4 pitch plus pitchers with lots of control, he fits the bill. I think Lacey is also a long reliever for me. And it certainly is a viable option. He's got a lot more stuff than a lot of the alternatives. His movement is strong. His control is a little on the low side for me, but so Gold 1500 is a really, really weird format. I'm getting my butt handed to me by the Lost Coast Quins, so we're probably going to have that tourney slot free in a minute here. Bob Boone is kicking my butt. He is hitting well over 500 with that awesome catcher defense. So he's got Bill O'Hara DHing. That's interesting. Nolan Arenado at third base. That's kind of a gimme. Craig Biggio at left field. That's not a bad choice. Not what I would do, but not bad. Billy Southworth is his right fielder. Frankly, I'm tempted to run Southworth. That's a good option. He's running Tony Fernandez at shortstop, and I'm running Andrelton Simmons, and he is beating me. Swede Risberg, I don't get it. I don't see why he's being run. Jose Oquedo, I don't understand how I'm losing to this guy. He's got Tom Oliver, though. Tom Oliver is really good. Bob Boone is really good. He's got Bill Bonham in his rotation as his ace. I don't understand that. Bonham is good, but he's not that good. Satchel Paige is really good. Adam Wainwright, not very good. Charles Nagy, not very good. If it's the one I think it is. Claude Elliott is really bad. But you really just do not have the points to spend on very much. Fernandez is beating me? Yeah, this is a low cap. This is 1,500. 3 home runs. Yeah, you're right. Fernandez is beating me. That really brings me pain. He should not be hitting well against my team. Oh, man. I'm going to need to revise this roster a little bit, though. I don't think it's that bad. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, it's historic. So I've got Frank Taveras instead of Andrelton Simmons. But it's okay. He's still okay. Okendo? I can't imagine he is. He's just not very good. No, I'd much rather run David Fletcher or Luis Arias over Okendo. And I am running those two guys. I'm running a Fletcher or Arias platoon at the moment at second base. Yeah, and the bronze bet is 1,000% Simmons. There's no question about that. If you're running anyone else, you're wrong. It's objectively. I got swept in this one, so we can do bronze now. But yeah, second base is pretty heavily Fletcher Arias right now. I don't see many people with good teams running other options. But that's just me. I could be way off. There could be a really good second base, but I just don't know about. Live is definitely meta at some of the premium defensive positions. I'm running live players at catcher, second, short, and center field. Maybe a pitcher or two as well. Oh yeah, if you're not running Hedges in bronze, you should be. Yes, Hedges is probably still one of the better backup catcher options in silver. All right, let's take a look at a bronze tournament here. Maybe we'll do a weekly so I've got time to set my rosters. All right, so this tournament, actually, it's firing in a day. I don't actually have a problem signing up for this and competing, so Frank Schulte will be the prize. Yeah, and you know why, Mike ABC? So the bronze pitching meta, high stuff, low control. Hedges amplifies that pitching type so much. The increase in strikeouts is much bigger, and the decrease in walks is huge. I honestly can't overstate how big it is to run Hedges in bronze. Yeah, he plays just fine. I absolutely agree. So here's what I've got right now in bronze. The pitching is outdated, but the hitting is pretty up to date, except Jeff Mathis should not be a catcher, I think. Yadier Molina is probably better. All right, anyways, we've got Yuli Gurriel at first base. I think he's the no doubt meta option as well. He is very good. He crushes lefties. He's frankly almost as good versus righties. You could argue he's even better. He's got more contact versus right. Just 10 points of eye difference is a lot for me. He's also pretty decent at first base defensively. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, Minerva. Luis Arias and David Fletcher platoon at second base. Arias crushes right-handed pitching. Really good on base abilities, and he's okay defensively. Fletcher is really good defensively and hits pretty well against lefties. So I figured, you know what? I was running Arias full time, but with the defense boost and the fact that Fletcher gets the platoon advantage, might as well start him versus left. Nico Horner is my utility infielder. He's not actually starting. Yeah, Lou Blue is playable. I just think Gurriel is better. It's close, but I think Griel is better. He's a good hitter who can field at many positions pretty decently. Is an emergency center fielder as well if needed. We've got Pete Rose at third base. I've been meaning to switch back to Lenny Harris. I really don't like Rose's defense. He hits really well, but he just cannot field for the life of him. Davy Jones is my left fielder. He gets on base. He's fast. He's got good defense in left field. Tim Raids is my DH. Outstanding, outstanding hitter. Probably my favorite bronze hitter. He just gets on base at such a high clip, and he's a switch hitter, so he's always got the platoon advantage. Well, I've got Raines at DH over Rose because Rose is at third base. I would still probably run Raines over Rose, though, just in general. I also totally forgot Andrelton Simmons. Probably the best bronze player out there other than maybe Mathis. Ridiculously good shortstop defensively, and he's not the worst hitter in the world. I don't know how he's so good. It should be possible for Simmons to be so good. Jackie Bradley Jr. and Manuel Margot, I believe, are platooning in center field. They're both really good fielders. They're both poor hitters. Margot is a slightly better hitter than JBJ. I think I've got Margot backing up left. No, I don't. But I got Jeff McNeil at right. He's not quite the same fielder as some of the top right field options. I really like Billy Southworth the more I look at him, and I'm kind of tempted to pull McNeil for him. But McNeil is a really, really good hitter. He crushes right-handed pitching, and he is very versatile as well. Yeah, I'm actually having stream problems on my end, because I'm watching the stream, and it's freezing up for me. So, yeah.